So the next thing that happened on Fastlane, it was a tag team match. But before we talk about that tag team match, I forgot to mention that Jay Cargill actually pulled up to Fastlane. So yeah, I forgot to mention that part. But yeah, then we get to Pat McAfee, which he comes out before the tag team match, and he's hyping up Indianapolis and all that stuff, talking about how he thinks that Indianapolis, Indiana, deserves WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what he was saying and all that stuff. And the crowd was obviously happy and all that stuff. And then he says that he will be doing commentary for tonight, sitting right next to Michael Cole and Corey Graves. And then he introduces John Cena. So yeah, and then John Cena comes out there. But then we get to the tag team match. It was John Cena, LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa with Paul Heyman at ringside, the Bloodline, in a tag team match. So yeah, we get to this tag team match, and this match, it was a pretty good match for the most part. It was going back and forth between the Bloodline and John Cena and LA Knight. At one point, we actually see John Cena lift up Solo Sikoa on his shoulders to hit the Attitude Adjustment onto him, up until Jimmy Uso comes up hitting a super kick onto John Cena. So obviously John Cena let Solo Sikoa down. So yeah, Jimmy Uso then climbs up the top turnbuckle because he's about to hit the Uso splash onto John Cena. But LA Knight gets back into the ring. Solo Sikoa sees LA Knight back into the ring and he runs to him, but LA Knight pulls down the top rope and Solo goes over the top rope, and then he quickly runs over there and jumps on the top turnbuckle with Jimmy Uso, and then LA Knight hits a superplex on the Jimmy Uso, and then John Cena hits the 5-knuckle shuffle onto Jimmy Uso. Uso was getting back up. Cena was making sure Solo Sikoa was not getting back into the ring, and then LA Knight hits the BFT, blunt force trauma, onto Jimmy Uso, and then he pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, John Cena, LA Knight defeated Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa, the Bloodline, tonight in a tag team match. Pretty good match for the most part. I'll give that match 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Finn Balor, Senior Money in the Bank, Damian Priest, and the NXT North American Champion Dominic Mysterio in the medical room or whatever. And Damian Priest is obviously hurting in the leg. Finn Balor's hurting, all that stuff. And yeah, he was talking about how he don't care. He says he's going to be walking out Fastlane with some gold. And he says he's going to cash in the Money in the Bank contract on Seth Rollins. But then Rhea Ripley comes up and says, Priest, you're not medically cleared. I'm not going to let you cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase because even you said that you don't want to rush it. And you're not cleared, and I'm making sure that you don't just lose your contract out there. And then Damian finally gives Rhea the briefcase and walks away. But yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good stuff, though. So yeah, it looks like Damian Priest is definitely not cashing in. But up next will be the main event. It will be the World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura, 1-on-1 in a last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship, up next in the main event for tonight's Fastlane. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Fastlane. See you guys later. Until then.